First, you guys, how did you come up with the idea, like your outfits and, you know, going to perform on stage like that?
I mean, these?
Yeah.
We're in costume right now.
Something we just flipped on.
We're like the Ramones. We go on stage in our street clothes, you know. You just have to wear big iron rubber.
We needed a gimmick.
Right. And
to
like,
cover up the lack of talent.
oh, is that right?
So nobody would recognize us when we were on stage.
Right, that's what I figured. Once I see you in costumes, I will be able to figure out who's who, right?
We've been in regular bands for the various monikers of success over the years, and then we realized if we wore big, silly rubber costumes, you know, people would have to look at us, whether they like the music or not.
Right, it works much better. And like, how do you survive in a time where they have like the thing, like you just ignore it and do your thing, or you just
make
laugh
fun of it a
about
lot.
it? Yeah.
We just don't, yeah, people still crave live rock and roll, you know?
Yeah.
The squeaky little fuzz boxes with people hopping up and down can't replace the metal upside your head approach of live rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I figured quite a bit. Like, a lot of bands have been out experiencing, like, a lot of different styles. Came from the plain metal pop, went to experience, like, all kinds of things, and then eventually came back. Like, what do you think that is the reason for? Because everything's...
Because the guys who run the bars can't sell any booze to those rave kids. They go in there, they maybe have a Coke or a water.
Right.
With a, you know, a crowd like GWAR, people will drink beer all night, enabling these halls to stay open.
Talk you into it.
And speaking of...
And how do you find all these restrictions that you have here in the States? I find it awful, like, you know, that you're just supposed to do this or that, like drinking age is like 21. Even if people try to ignore it, they probably have a hard time. In Germany, you have the festivals. As long as you pay your ticket, nobody gives a damn, right? They go in, they do whatever they want. They can really...
This adversity of the American system makes us stronger people. We don't have everything just laid out on a silver platter for us like you guys do in Europe. Oh, you can drink whatever, or you can do whatever, or you can lay around all day if you want. No, we have to fight and struggle to survive over here.
Yeah, that's
It makes us stronger people, and it made GWAR.
The American freedom is a lie.
We hate it, but we have to deal with it, and you know, when you struggle, your art is all the more clean.
But did you ever have like a problem getting signed up, or like for a club saying that, you know, they won't feature a band like you, like it happens in Ireland?
Yeah, some clubs places we played before won't have us back because they don't want to deal with the mess we make.
Shit happens in Europe as well, and it doesn't just happen over here.
Yeah.
We're banned from all of Canada, London,
Yeah.
and then we had big problems in Munich last year.
But yeah, wow, you're talking about Munich. Right?
Yeah, that's not really Germany.
They sent the city council. They sent city council people or whatever out there to see the show to make sure it was okay for kids under 18 to come see it, and they had this big stink over it in the press and stuff. And then they decided it was okay. You know, it was like this big deal, and it was all for nothing. You know.
Yeah.
One thing that does suck about Germany is that our videos are totally censored over there. You can't get them.
Yeah, right?
You can't get them at all.
Here they're not censored.
They're not censored at all in the States, but over there it's true. You can't, the rare one you can find is Live from Antarctica one, and a giant boulder appears every time anything horrible is happening and drops down in front of it and says like, boo.
It even comes in sometimes when there's nothing that should be censored. There's a couple of times in the video they just drop it in for no reason at all.
Yeah.
It's really stupid.
I never realized that. Like, I know they do that a lot with the Viva and MTV.
And also horror movies and stuff in Germany, like Evil Dead, and all of, they're all really cut up and everything because of that one German film, what is it?
King?
No. Necromantic. Horg Blutritt or whatever. Jorg Blut. It's just that thing about him. They're fucking the dead body the whole time, and it freaked people out pretty bad over there.
Yeah, but that's the thing with all the big TV stations. I mean, if you're looking at a small one like us, like the OK channel.
It's so fucked up.
We can do whatever we want because we don't have any advertisements and stuff like that.
On American TV, though, we can't walk around with our dicks hanging out. We cannot. But in Europe, we can go on TV with our dicks hanging out. But in Europe, you can't get an uncensored video, but in America, you can. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
That whole thing that happened in Munich, they had this big newscast where all they're doing is talking about how horrible GWAR is and it shouldn't be seen by anybody. And through the newscast, they're showing the worst parts of our show on TV.
To a lot more people.
Yeah, to a lot more people.
And we're at the show.
Right, just with all these terrible drug addicts and bad accidents.
And look at what they did next.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
No
they
one should
did-
ever see this. Take a look.
The whole family, like
Stuff like that's
4-year-old.
good though, man. That makes, you know, when they try to censor GWAR and they make a big stink about it, it just makes the kids that are already, you know, interested in GWAR that much more interested.
Right.
Yeah,
If we weren't censored, then there wouldn't be anything naughty about us, you know? If we were, like, accepted by everyone, then it would be like, we don't want to be accepted by everyone. We want to make people hate us.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's part of the deal here. I mean, that you don't really care if people like you or don't. You just do your thing, and you know that your music is good. So, you know, there are still a lot of people out there that really care for you.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
You're the first person that's ever said our music was good. Thank
No, our fans,
Here's your money.
our fans know it, though, and we know it. It's like we wouldn't have been around as long as we have, and we wouldn't have put out 6 albums if we were just jack-off musicians.
Right.
We didn't give a fuck about what our music sounded like at all. I mean, we sell hundreds of thousands of records to hundreds of thousands of screaming, mad, loyal fans who know every single friggin' word by heart. If you don't like GWAR's music, fine, but don't, like, try to... It's ridiculous to say, oh, GWAR's just a show band. If we were just a dumb gimmick band, it would have only lasted a couple of years, because they would have gotten sick of it.
Right
It's
out
like,
here,
oh, they
right out
can't
here.
play.
Mom and Dad are dropping the kids off the GWAR show.
Yeah, we got whole like generations of we got like mom and the kids and sometimes granddad coming out to see GWAR now.
Yeah, we get all kinds of people. We get like college professors will come out and
The mom and the
they're like,
kids.
you know, yes, GWAR, you know, the deep meaning behind everything you do. People, you know, we've had like people that teach school and college professors say that they use GWAR as a tool sometimes in their classes.
Man,
Oh, that's a poppycock.
no, it's not. Reese's sister knows this professor who came to my house, and we went over everything, and he did a speech to his class about us.
Yeah.
The speech consisted of GWAR. Ah! Run!
Run away!
No, I mean, you can't really, I think, classify the people coming to shows because,
Get to the
you know,
chopper.
it's like, do you have a die-hard fan community?
The only thing
that
about our
follows you?
fans is that they don't really fit in with any other group. They're not really straight up punk rockers or metal people or anything really. They're kind of the same kind of people we are. Just kind of square pegs and round holes, don't really fit anywhere and kind of like it that way.
Yeah.
And all the mutants get together at the GWAR show.
Yeah,
all the
we get
freaks.
all kinds of people. We get straight-laced looking people. We get people who just got off work and they're in their suits and ties. They're standing in the back so they don't get bloody.
In fact, the people that are more into the highly ritualized sense of like, you know, you have to do this and this and this to be part of our little group, you usually won't find them at a GWAR show because it affronts their sensibility too much. It kicks their world to shit. And they're just like, my set of rules doesn't apply here, therefore I'm not going to go.
Right.
This is anarchy. This is chaos.
Yeah, they know they're going to get something at a GWAR show they're not going to get anywhere else. They're going to get this huge show, total release. It's total like cartoon, comic book, science fiction.
Boot upside the head.
Yeah, you
Big
know,
rubber sword smashing your head.
they're going to get their money's worth. They're not going to get overcharged to get in. They're going to have a good
Wait a
time.
minute.
No, we are
Hey, look,
charged.
Ronnie changed Dio.
Yeah, that's one thing I was wondering about. Like, a lot of bands complain that the ticket prices are so high, and they don't actually see a lot of the money, right? Like, most of it goes to, well, whatever, flea management, whatever. Do you guys think that it's too expensive these days to just go and see, like, one band, not like a festival where you get, for, you know, 8 bands for the same kind of
But
money?
you know what? When you go to a
festivals are failing and
festivals kind of suck anyway. I'm sorry. It's just like I can't enjoy 8 bands in one day. You know, if I want to go see a band, I'd rather pay a little more and see them in a slightly more intimate setting than a field full of 6,000 drunks, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you have to listen to 18 heavy metal bands until you finally, I like this band, but I can't see them.
Yeah.
You know,
So
so
you pay $20 for a nice bottle of wine, or like $6.50 for a 6-pack of really bad beer. You know?
But I mean, GWAR keeps their ticket prices pretty low comparatively to other national acts.
We have total control over that shit. We tell our agency, we tell our management, we won't play unless it's a certain ticket price.
And it's usually almost always under $15. You know, a lot of times it's 10 or 12.
Yeah.
And you get 2 good opening bands as
And you
well.
get 3 bands, and you know. It's,
And then you get the greatest show on the face of the earth.
Yeah, I think that's a big problem, like in Europe with the Dynamo Festival and Wildtalk. I don't know you guys played Wildtalk once.
Yeah, the festivals don't seem to really dig us too much over there.
Yeah, it's like you said, a lot of people get drunk before their favorite bands come on, right? And
They're just
sitting
sleeping in
around
the
and-
field, you know.
Yeah.
GWAR always has to go on last because of the mess we make, you know.
And by the time we get up there, everyone is just pissed and totally tired.
So you guys don't really like the festivals?
We like the festivals because we get paid a lot of money, and a lot of people see us. But the festivals don't seem to like us so much because we are kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. If you have 10 other bands up there of the similar stature of GWAR, you know, you've got the Offspring and NoFX and whatever, they don't want their stuff pissed on.
Yeah.
And, you know, it is a pain in the ass. And I don't think it's really that bad of a thing. It's kind of a
We're
misconception.
perceived more of a high maintenance band.
Yeah, we really are. We really take care of our stuff. Just roll it up after the show and throw it away. It's really easy. But they think GWAR, they just see nothing but giant spewed fetuses all over their guitars. We can't deal with it.
Right.
Yeah,
So
we're more into playing festivals than we are like would actually go and attend one, you know, as a spectator, spend all day in the sun, you know, to see fucking 10 bands, you know. We'd be into playing them, but I wouldn't want to go.
I haven't even gone to, you know, the nearest thing we've got to it over here in America is the Lollapalooza thing,
Right.
which to me is just like going to hell for a day. I mean, I don't want to go hang out with 20,000 fucking losers in the field. I would rather pay for a rock show in a dark club. That's where rock and roll's
See what you
supposed to
wanna
be.
see.
Yeah, it's like GWAR looks best at night anyway, because then you can't see all the
Duct tape.
and hot glue.
We're not really an outdoor during the day type
It
band.
totally takes away. That's like, you know, Dracula running around in broad daylight.
Yeah, but I think like playing the festivals and doing stuff like that, I mean, you reach a lot more people, right? Like going out to the Dynamo, like the last one I've been to were like 250,000 people, right?
Well, no, we're just, don't get us wrong, we're just mad because nobody in festivals will let us play. So we're doing everything we can just to talk bad about them right now. But
We would love to play.
we'd love to play in Dynamo. We'd love to play all those killer festivals in Europe, but they just won't fucking have
They're
us.
scared of us.
They're
scared of our big rubber swords.
They run and scream.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, GWAR has to play last because GWAR is going to get shit everywhere, but then sometimes GWAR really isn't like the headline band. You know, there's a lot of bands out there that are bigger than GWAR. You know, so it's like, well, we can't put GWAR bit last. There's like,
Yeah.
whatever. We'd love to play those festivals, but you know.
What about the audience, like here in the States and in Germany, if you compare them? Like, does one go better than the other?
Pretty similar, really.
Is that right?
I think the European audience is.
The German
They're all-
audiences are the same as the States, but everywhere else in Europe,
It's different. It's two different times you experience.
Too, though. Just the same way it's like such a huge geographical area. People on the East Coast, crowds are different than on the West Coast.
But you can't really tell until the show starts. I mean, from the stage, almost every single crowd looks the same.
Right.
There's all the freaks up running, and then there's a mosh pit behind them, and then there's a bunch of people just standing there. That's about it, you know. The way you tell the differences are before and after the show, when you meet the people and you talk to them, and you see what the local customs are and what they're drinking and what they want from you, you know, and that's when it gets weird sometimes, because then we have like really weird fanatical pockets and sometimes individual people that we've just built up relationships with over many years now, and they like every year they come every year they come out in a big way. They want to, like, you know, you come to our town to play for us, so we're coming out for you as well. And in Europe that's almost more pronounced because they know we've made a bigger effort to get over there. You know, we have to get in planes and ships and bring this shit there. So when we get there, they're like, oh, you are getting very drunk tonight with us.
And we do.
And we do our best to oblige our hosts.
Yeah, but I think, like, you know, it's kind of like the heavy metal market in Germany. I find it, like, just starting off here, but I still find it so hard to find, like, metal bands and clubs.
It's nowhere
that feature
near.
metal bands. It's, like, awful here.
It's nowhere near as well supported in the States. I mean, in Europe, it's just like everyone's into metal. People walk around with their leather pants and their studs and their boots all the time.
Right.
Over here, it's really not like that at all.
It's extremely splintered here, too. It's like, if someone likes Rage Against the Machine, you know, that's a metal band, but that doesn't mean they like Metallica or Slayer, you know.
And in Europe, they wouldn't even consider
cliquish.
Rage a metal band.
the trends change so quickly in America, and the fans are so fickle here, they'll go along with anything.
It's whatever is cool. Right now, it's like
cool is what American fans.
right now it's like pajama rock, Marilyn Manson keyboards, that's what I like.
That's a new one.
Plain pajama rock.
Well, those kids, like those guys in Korn who wear the big pants, the big baggy shirts, you know, and they're like pajama rock.
They have 7 strings on their guitar.
Whatever, and you know, it's all really trendy and goes from whatever to whatever, and that's what's cool about GWAR. We don't owe allegiance to any trend, or we're our own trend.
Yeah, we have all kinds of different music on our record too. We have country and western and pop and
Desperately trying to find a style.
But that's also the cool thing about GWAR. We can get away with playing almost any type of song, whereas like, you know, a normal Marilyn Manson couldn't come out with Sex Cow and do a country jig, you know. His audience would, you know, they wouldn't know how to react to that.
Well, yeah, because there's no humor to his act at all.
Yeah. Or can get away with doing different styles and stuff, and our fans love it, you know.
Yeah, our fans
always been like
respect
that.
the fact that we don't put boundaries and limitations on what we do, and we're not afraid to try anything.
Right,
So,
yeah, I think
those
that's
are the
great
people
because
that
I've seen a lot of bands just, you know, going straight for one kind, and then all of a sudden they decided, okay, we're going to go back a little further to, you know, just heavy metal, right? And they've been kind of like into the progressive metal, whatever.
Maybe if we had
And nobody
somebody
would buy
who could, you know, tell us what to play. That would make money. We would play that, but right now we're still throwing darts at the man.
Well, yeah. We want to play all kinds of shit that makes us happy as songwriters and musicians. You know, it doesn't really have any form. We're not part of any particular movement other than our own.
And everybody in the group listens to different music, so as a band we're influenced by the widest variety of music. I mean, there are people that listen to tribal chants, people that listen to jazz and rap and heavy metal and punk
People
rock.
listen to Thin Lizzy all the time.
I mean, there's actually people in this group that listen to Journey every now and then, you know.
Yeah.
But everybody in the group listens to different stuff. And
Oh, who listens to Journey on
Bob Orman and me.
No, I knew it from you.
But we all drink, and that's the common bond.
That's the real reason we're here.
If you drink enough, any music
sounds good.
Yeah, you turn it up loud again.
Well,
really
even our
support
music
you with
sounds
free beer
okay.
tonight.
That's really that's one of the only reasons, and I think Brad Johnson is right. You hit the nail right on the head. One of the only things that really binds us all together is that and one of the things, the only things you get out of it, we don't make much money, but we do get free beer.
that's why we love going to Europe, because we get better free beer.
Yeah.
Drinking is much more of a sport over there. You know?
Right.
It's like a tradition. Over here, it's like you're told it's like not. You shouldn't do it, but please buy. But don't do it. But don't wreck your car.
And here's some cigarettes.
Torture by guilt, really. It's like. Generally speaking, the clubs in Europe are a lot better maintained, staffed, much more helpful.
Is that right?
Oh, fuck yeah. The clubs over there are made out of steel and concrete. Over here, they're made out of wood.
Yeah, well,
And they're like,
that's right.
in Europe, they always have showers and the bathrooms are always clean. In America, they never have showers and the bathrooms are always fucking filthy. So,
like I've been touring with bands too, like just doing tour reports in Germany, and I found it quite often that they didn't have showers and the catering was awful or not even available.
But in Europe?
thought it was a shower.
It could have been today.
Toilets are so weird over there. Generally, the places we play in Europe are always the mid-level places, the places in the squats and a lot of the weirder places. Yeah, those will be pretty ganky sometimes. But the places we play are always really sweet, especially in Germany.
Yeah, because sometimes, I mean, you have those, you know, really cool clubs where you expect a lot of people, and then all of a sudden just 200 or 300 people show up, and like then a club manager's going to your room.
Oh, right. Well, then all of a sudden there's no beer in your dressing room, and no towels, and no security, and nobody's helping you load your truck. And generally speaking, that doesn't happen to us. We draw pretty much about the same in Germany as we do over here. So
Well, maybe not here.
maybe not here. I don't know what the fuck is up with Poughkeepsie tonight, but
Well,
this afternoon.
The matinee.
we've only been out for we've done about 2 months total so far in the States.
Yeah, how long
And
ago?
got about another month here. Then we go to Europe for a month, and then we probably do another few weeks in the States. Once again, we have failed to get to Japan and South America.
We will get there.
We'll do it next year.
Both shows there.
You know, but don't you guys like sometimes get sick and tired of touring?
Oh yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
was
Yeah.
like, how? I thought it would be so
Never.
exciting, but then
Never.
I got so sick
Well, we'll
and
get-
tired
Never
of it.
get
Sick of it, but then we're home for a couple of weeks and we want to go back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get sometimes we get sick and sometimes we get tired, but we never get sick,
Sick and tired.
Oh, okay.
We have little, you know, we've got our little laptops and our little drawing pads and our movies and our books, and we keep pretty active. And
Yeah.
of course, there's always drinking, if nothing else.
The best thing about
going on.
GWAR is there are enough people that if you hate one person in the band, you can always hang out with somebody else.
Yeah, it's like 15 people,
You
so
know,
you're not like
talk
most
to you.
bands where you gotta hang out with the same 4 dorks for the whole tour.
Yeah, with a band like GWAR, it's like it's really important that people are working all day setting up the set, getting things
Right.
set up, repairing costumes, whatever, sleeping all day, whatever it takes. But it's really important for a group like GWAR
To get sleep.
to get sleep and to be fairly comfortable
I wouldn't be
because
in the
there's so
picture.
much going on all day, and have a bus to escape to and cool off and stuff.
Plus,
Really
for 2
important.
hours, you're going to be wearing like 80 pounds of leather and rubber while giant Tyrannosaurus Rexes try to eat your guitar. It's like the rest of the day, you better be comfortable or you're not going to keep those people interested in being in GWAR very long.
Right.
If we went out in like a couple of vans, we could do it for a couple of weeks, but it's just
Fucking
rough.
rip
It's
each
people getting
other
at each other's
apart.
throats, and people not
Yeah.
getting to sleep, and the show will suffer if everybody's miserable and tired all the time, because it's a big elaborate show. People have to hit their cues, and people have to quick change costumes and stuff.
People have to hit each other.
We're babies, we're soft Americans, we like it that way.
Yeah,
Actually, we got a tour bus in Europe way before we did it in America.
Yeah, it's true. It's
In
the
America,
first tour bus
our
in Europe.
first tour of Europe, we had a fucking tour bus. We were like, holy shit, is this
And
what
it
it's
was
like
a
to be a
double
rock
decker too,
star?
so we were just like,
Back in America, we were still touring around in an old school bus with like all the
Yeah.
costumes thrown in the back. It took like 3 more tours of America before we had enough money to like actually get one of these fucking.
actually the bus exploded when we were forced to buy to rent a real bus.